So my battery died per the norm, and now I can't remember where I was. Hello guys, it's me, Red Crayon, and today I'm gonna be doing a little story time. I haven't done a story time on this channel before. I haven't done a story time at all on YouTube in general. So today I'm changing that. Whatever day it is, I'm not sure. It may be Christmas by now. It may be the new year. Happy 2017! Why am I so hyper? I don't know, because I haven't filmed in a while. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with the story time because I don't want to run out of battery. I don't want to run out of memory on my SD card. But today I'm going to be telling you guys about my 9th grade trip to a Christian youth camp retreat thing at my school, Liberty Christian Academy. Promo for you guys. They have the chance to go on a retreat. They get the chance to go on a retreat every year, 9th through 12th grade. And so it's really exciting to transition from 8th to 9th grade because you get to go on this new trip with all the big high schoolers and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so famous and I can't wait to go on my trip with them. I rehearsed this video and I'm doing horrible. Just like my trip. Nice segue, Eve. As I was saying, it's really exciting to transition from 8th to 9th grade because you get to go on this trip. And so I'm not very outdoorsy and I don't really like sports or competitive things, so I wasn't really excited about the actual things we were going to be doing, like whitewater rafting, you know. They had basketball, tag football, stuff like that, paintball. I didn't really do anything except for zip lining and whitewater rafting, which still didn't end up very good for me. I'll get to that. So after we get there, we have supper, of course, and we have about an hour to ourselves, and then we have we go to a chapel sort of type thing, and we, you know, the minister preaches and we sing some songs and worship. People are playing basketball or doing different kind of sports and junk, and I'm not that kind of person, so I decided I'm gonna go to the bathroom and, you know, release myself. Then I look at the side of the bathroom and there's lines of showers. There's about 6 to 8 toilets on one side, and then there's about the same amount, maybe a little bit less, maybe like 4 or 5 showers on this side with just curtains, and in the middle there's sinks all lined up together like and it kind of goes around in like a weird shaped rectangular donut. So I'm like, okay, well, a good thing I don't have to poop right now because I'm not going to here. So I pee, then I get done and wash my hands. And I'm like, there's no way I'm taking a shower either, because I know how teenage boys are, because I was one, and I witnessed it with other teenage boys. I wasn't like it, but if you're a teenage boy, you know what I'm talking about. I think you get what I'm trying to say, so I'm not going to go into details, but I didn't feel comfortable taking a shower with just like a curtain there, and it just wouldn't go over well with people waiting around and acting stupid. I didn't feel comfortable pooping or taking a shower there. Luckily it was only like one day actually there, and I took a shower the morning before I went, and I took a shower once I got back home, like as soon as I got back home. And the day that I didn't take a shower, I was in the river pretty much half the day. After that, we get called in to go to the chapel. We get dismissed from chapel, I'm just gonna call it chapel, and they say to go ahead and go to bed so you can wake up early around 7:15 and go get breakfast before the 8 o'clock service. I was rooming with my friends Sam, Bradley, and Daniel, and I think me and Sam were the only 2 people that got up that morning and went to go get breakfast. Maybe it was me, Sam, and Bradley. But anyway, we get done eating breakfast, and we go to the chapel. After that gets done, they dismiss us for, I think, 2 hours, actually this time. And by this time, it's from 9 to 11 that we have this free period of time. So me and my friend Sam decide that we're gonna go ziplining, which I was okay with because I wasn't very scared to do it because I had done it before. The scariest part about it was, like, you actually had to jump off of this like stand up in a tree, and it was like slack in the line, so you actually had to jump And the other place that I did zip lining at, they had it like really tight, so you could just like run off the thing and go. I get done with that, and it's not actually connected to the ground. You zip line into a platform, and then they had like this tube, this black tube that I think you put in ditches, so you don't slide down the thing. So they get me unhooked, and they tell me not to slide down the tube, but kind of like do like this kind of deal, like climb out like a crab sort of. So I'm doing that, and I'm doing good. About halfway down though, my foot slips from under me, and I go like I start sliding down really fast because it's not really steep, like straight down or anything, but I mean it's steeper than a normal slide. I hit the ground, and it knocks the breath out of me, and I can't really move anywhere. Like I slide out pretty good, but it's like I can't go anywhere. And the other people are coming down the zip line, and my friend Sam went before me, so he was already down from the tube and was standing there waiting for me with the other counselor, kind of just talking with him. And so I come tumbling out, and I'm like, oh gosh. So I'm laying there, and then the counselor doesn't come up to me and ask me how I'm doing. Oh my gosh, are you okay? No, it's you need to move, not can you move. You need to move so the other person can come down the tube. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. I just roll over to my side a little bit, and then I'm like, oh. And then I lay there for like a minute on my back after I roll over, and I see about 2 or 3 people come down this line, and I'm like, okay Sam, I think I'm good. And I got up, and I mean my back still hurt, but I was fine, and I walked it off. Now I'm going to tell you the part of the story that you all came to see. We got there at the river, and got the raft in the river, and it was about 12 o'clock after they had told us what we needed to do to stay safe and all this. And we left around maybe 5 or 6, so it took about 6 hours. I'm just gonna guess because I know it was almost dark by the time it was like supper time by the time we got back. And then we had another session, and then we went back to our cabins and went to bed for the next morning. But the instructors told us, the counselors told us that what we needed to do to be safe. And it was about 4 people to or we could have a maximum of 6 people to a raft. So on our raft it was, or plus a counselor, so it was about 7 people on a raft. So on our raft it was me, my friend Sam, Bradley, and Ben, who was in the grade above us. And we start heading down the river, and I'm really excited about it until about an hour in. This was whenever, like, the 5 or 6 hours didn't feel like 5 or 6 hours, just because I guess we were having fun for about the first 4 hours, and then the last 2 hours were like, oh. And then we did this thing called pirating, and it was like this thing where I think the older kids came up with it the year before, where they'd get to a deep part of the water, and then they could come onto other people's rafts and try and push them off. Ben on our raft tackled me out, and I was like, what the heck, Ben? And then once I popped back up out of the water, and he's like, and put me back in. That got done, and it took us about maybe 15 minutes to get over with that. And then we stopped a couple more places along the way. There was like this one place where we stopped to build up the rafts and make like this staircase to jump into like a deep part of the water. Then we stopped at a rock, like a natural rock formation that was like a cliff, and then they jumped off of it, but you had to swim back really fast to get back onto the shore. Nothing really bad happened to us, our raft, until about 3/4 of the way in. So we see a group of juniors, and they're like, help, save us, save us. So we ram into them. It will bounce them off, and then we'll kind of bounce off and go into the rapids, because it was at the rapids where they got stuck. But it kind of just like pushed them forward, and we slid up on the rock where they were at. So we were in their position, but they were just like floating along in the rapids with their raft. So our counselor decides that the smartest thing to do at this point is to jump up and down on the raft so that we can cause some momentum in the raft, and that it will fall into the water. Not tip over. Oh no, that's not how it will work. It will fall into the water like this. Not like this and throw everyone out. So, being the sophomores, being the freshmen and sophomores that we were, we decided that we would listen. So in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. And I think the other people on there were too, but we had to listen to the counselor. Ben and Bradley are jumping up and down, and me and Sam didn't get up quite in time. So we're kind of just like laying there on the raft trying to get up to help. But Ben's over on my side jumping up and down and like causing it to go all like this, and I can't get up. And then Bradley's doing the same thing along with our instructor with Sam. So next thing I know, I'm about to get up, and then I see the thing start tilting forward like this, and then I see Bradley falling off the side. Mind you, this is in the rapids part. I see Sam just rolling, and at the same time, I'm like following him. Like in the movies, whenever you like the camera follows the character into something that they're going into, it felt like I was doing like that. But somehow he rolled out of the way in time for me, even though I was like right there with him. It was weird. So he rolls in, then I fall in. So Bradley kind of like falls off the side, and then Sam rolls in, and I'm just like, oh! And so the instructors told us that if that happened while we were in the rapids, which it did, that we needed to keep our head facing away from the way that you're floating towards. And I was like, okay, do this, Ethan. So I'm going, my head's in the direction that it's not supposed to be going. So I'm like flailing around trying to get myself turned back around, but the rapids are kind of like just keep on doing like this to me. And I'm guessing that they're getting Sam and Bradley back on because they're close enough to the raft. Because they got on way before I did. I think Bradley got on first because he kind of held on to the side of the raft whenever he fell out. But Sam was also kind of towards the side of the raft. But I just like went, and I guess I flew forward. And I did get like scraped up by some rocks. But after I had gotten turned around from all the flailing around that I was doing, I was like, okay. And I just kind of like floated down the rest of the rapids. So I decided that I would just lay there and let it take me wherever the heck it wanted me to. And so I did that, and it finally goes calm, and I'm just like laying there like, oh, thank God it's over. In my mind. And I hear my friend Sam say, Ethan! Because I guess he thought I was dead, because I was not moving at all. I was just like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. The juniors that we saved were like sitting just a few, like just over here watching me just like lay there, and I saw them like think I was dead. Probably I thought I was dead. And then finally they got to me, and the instructor pulled me in. I was good to go. So we get done with that pirating session again, the second one or third one. I don't think we had another one. And we get like just a few minutes away from the end where the bus is sitting there waiting for us. And the instructor tells us, okay guys, I know we've been through a lot today, but there is a waterfall that we need to go through, that we need to go over in order to get to the end. And whenever you think waterfall, you don't think like a little tiny bump, kind of like just a big rock is there. You think like a waterfall. And so me and Sam look at each other, and then we both start tearing up again, and Bradley is just like, and we're all just very emotional from what happened before. And he's like, if we don't get it turned just right, we'll flip over and we'll probably drown from the undertow. I think that's what it's called. Like the undercurrent will keep pulling us into the water and we'll drown. So at that point, me and Sam are crying again, and we're freaking out because we don't want to drown. We see that waterfall, and it's like this movie moment where it's like in slow motion. We're like, go! And we had, and I was pushing really hard on one side, and Bradley like ended up doing it too, and we evened out just right to where we like fell into the water just right, and we don't fall out or anything. We don't get stuck. We thought we were, because there was this moment, and then it floats this way into the rock, and we get stuck. The juniors are behind us that we saved, and so this time they saved us, and they were like, oh, and then they bounced us off of the rock. Luckily they didn't get stuck like we did. But that wraps it up for my story. I'm sorry if this video is like really long, but my camera kept dying and I kept forgetting where I was at, because it's a very long, compacted story that I could have probably broken up into 2. But I just wanted to make a video because I haven't in a while since Halloween. I was gonna do like a Christmas type week again, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. If you like this video and you want some more story times, I don't really have a lot of story times because I'm not very old and nothing exciting's really happened to me other than that story. I have some that I could probably like remember if I really tried. So if you really like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me one anyway because it helps me out a lot. If you want to see more of this, leave a comment telling me if you do. If you don't, give me a comment what you want to see on my channel. Hopefully you enjoyed. Have a great day, have a great night, have a great Kwanzaa, have a great Christmas, whatever day it is. Have a great one. And I will see you in the next video. Bless your bubbles. Goodbye. A new intro, you'll see a new outro. I'm a new person. I really am. I don't know what to say, I've changed. Oh, I forgot my hat. Crabs.